this one. Okay. All of you are correct. Yes. तो cluster sampling में क्या होता है? We divide the population into cluster and then we sample the entire cluster. We divide the population into cluster and we sample the entire cluster. Absolutely correct. Yes. So cluster sampling basically क्या है? You are creating a cluster, but this cluster can be heterogeneous in nature. Whereas when you do the other sampling, which is your stratified sampling, will be homogeneous stratas. This is the difference between cluster and stratified sampling. जैसे अगर हम cluster sampling की बात कर रहे हैं, तो इसमें what we can do, suppose I need to go ahead and I need to create a sample of 20 schools out of entire India. ठीक है? अब instead of just taking 20 schools, what I can do is I can divide the entire region in 4 parts: north, south, east, west. ऐसा करके I have just divided it in entire part. Huh? And now what I will go ahead and what I will do is I will say कि ठीक है, from east go ahead and select 5 schools. From north select 5 schools. From west select 5 schools. From south select 5 schools. अब ये जो 5 schools north से select किए हैं, the 5 schools I have selected from north, they will not have same properties. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो similar in nature है, right? They will not have same properties, but they belong to a cluster which is north. Similarly, west will not have same property. वो 5 school का properties are not same, but they belong to the cluster west. So what we are doing is we are creating cluster, but those clusters have members which are heterogeneous. They don't have similar properties. When we create strata, वो strata homogeneous property पे create होता है, right? So for example, if I want each religion to be represented, तो हर religion एक strata है. So all people in this religion are similar in nature. They follow the same religion. In this strata, they are having something similar to each other, right? So basically, strata is created on homogeneous properties. कि सबका religion same या gender same, some homogeneous property. But cluster is just created for our ease, right? Cluster is where you go ahead and you just divide population randomly in some parts, right? It can be based on geographical grouping. It can be based on some natural grouping, but internally cluster will be heterogeneous in nature. उसका जरूरी नहीं है properties will match. That is what is called as cluster sampling. ठीक है? बेटा जो भी sampling techniques अभी नहीं cover हुई हैं, once we do all MCQs, they will be covered. Don't worry. Yes. Homogeneous group, strata, heterogeneous group, clusters. Absolutely.